Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Content Creators University. So excited that we are here together again today for another episode. We're talking something that is really, burning in a lot of creators' mind, right? It has to do with their jobs and the things they care about and the things that they really make money off of is their creativity. And now we see amazing tools, amazing solutions, and amazing things happening. And some of us, we feel like, I think I'm losing my job. I think I'm losing the opportunities that I have because now you have computer systems, right? Artificial intelligence and different things that may or may not be doing the job better than the human. Or is that the case? Well, we're about to talk about today, but before, if you're new to the platform, well, allow me to introduce myself to you. My name is JP High Tech. I'm a global branding and media expert. This rendezvous is something we do every single week where we bring in one of the best minds, right, in the media tech creative space. And what we do is have them come here. We call them professors, and they teach us the things that we need to understand so that we are better at our craft, right? Because it's all about building the business side of content creation. That's what this is all about. And our motto is create, impact, and innovate, right? And so I'm so excited that we have another expert today. We're about to have her for a little under an hour, and we're about to dive into this conversation, her expertise, and I hope you're ready because it's going to be fun. Now, before we bring her onto the stage, there are a couple of things that we do in case you're new to this channel. Well, let me let you know we have the news, right? And we take a couple of minutes to talk about the news, what's new in the Content Creators University. And right after that, we read a little bit about her bio and we bring our guests onto the stage. So stay with me, grab your popcorn and everything, because this show is both sponsored and listener supported. Let's run the ad for our sponsor and we'll be right back. Stay with me. Don't go anywhere.
This is Todd.
Hi.
This is Todd's mom.
Hi.
In a moment, Todd's mom will read her son's internet browsing history.
What?
Aloud, please.
No.
Supermodels on trampolines.com. Why don't girls like me? How to overcome an overbearing mother.
Okay, cut.
If you wouldn't want mom looking through your web history, why would you let hackers, ad companies, or your internet and cellular provider do the same thing?
Why does my junk burn?
They can track and record everything you do online, but not if you have ExpressVPN.
Why did you buy a $200 ninja outfit?
For fighting.
ExpressVPN apps keep your activity and identity private while you browse, stream, email, or download. Protect all of your devices with just one click.
Are my hands small?
Okay, I'm done. You guys are all terrible people.
ExpressVPN. Take back your privacy today.
Ooh.
ExpressVPN, shout out to you guys. We want to thank ExpressVPN for sponsoring this show, the Content Creators University, since season 1. We're now in season 5, and they've stuck with us. And they're offering you guys, those that are listening or watching this show, right now, they're offering you a free 3-month, activation on their 12-month subscription. And you can go right now and visit expressvpn.com/JP High Tech. Again, expressvpn.com/JP High Tech. If you do anything online, well, you know how important it is to protect your asset, your digital assets, and not be at risk of, leaks to the web or anything like that. And so VPN, if you don't know, is a virtual private network, and I highly, highly recommend it. And these are, something that I use on multiple devices, and it's been great. It's been great, and they're one of the best. So go ahead and check it out again, expressvpn.com/JP High Tech. And talking about the news, family, we have Creative Verse 2024. I'm going to be there in person. I want to invite you guys to make sure you go ahead and grab your ticket. This is taking place in Raleigh, North Carolina, May 17th to the 19th. And family, if you're a creator, right, if you really want to connect with amazing creatives, right, and really learn some insight on some tools and techniques to really level up your brand, well, you want to be in the room, right? This is an in-person event, and I'm going to be there. I can't wait to see you guys in person so that we can all connect together. Where you want to go is creativeverse.org. Again, creativeverse.org. Let's meet there. And for the folks that don't know, if you're new, allow me to remind you, we have our own private community. It's called the Content Creators University. All you have to do is go to the website, contentcreatorsuniversity.com. Go there right now, right? And create a free account. Connect with like-minded individuals, right? People that are experts in what they do, that are leaders, right? CEOs, CFOs, you name it. Creatives folks that really are taking their business side of creative content seriously, well, you want to be surrounding yourself with the folks that are in that room, because I'm always like, man, they are making me look better every day. Again, the website is contentcreatorsuniversity.com. And finally, folks, for the folks that are like, yo, JP, we just want to connect with you, want to work with you, you can invite me to come and speak at your next conference or event. All you have to do is go to my website, jphightech.com/speaking. jphightech.com/speaking today. And let's see if we're a good fit for each other, right? I'd love to come and speak at your next event, right? My expertise and my topics are on the website. We'll love to connect with you. All right, family? So now let's go ahead and talk about today's guest. And family, she's awesome. I know what I'm talking about, right? I've been following her for a while. We've been in each other's socials for a minute. And I'm so honored that she's decided to come here. Her name is Desiree Martinez, right? Now, Desiree has coached hundreds of creators, right, and businesses, and has worked with major creator brands like VidIQ, Adobe, and Sendible, helping them create profitable. And that's a very important word I want you to underscore: profitable, right? Profitable creator businesses. And like I said, this platform is all about helping you build the business side of creating content. And so one thing is, you can have a business and not be profitable at it, right? And so she helps. She can help you become profitable. That's what I'm saying, right? And as a small creator with less than 40,000 YouTube subscribers during the time of this recording, right, and this broadcast, Desiree generates an annual multi-six-figure business through a diverse range of income, right? Income streams, proving that success is in the creator economy, right? And it's attainable regardless of audience, right? Because that's one thing that kind of creates like a roadblock to a lot of creators. They feel like they don't have a large enough audience. And she is a clear example that you can make a lot of money without having a million subscribers, right? And with her wealth of experience and expertise, Desiree empowers creators to unlock their full potential and build thriving businesses that they love. And that's the thing, right? That's a key word. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to be ready, because we're diving into our economy today. So if you're a creator, this is for you. Stay tuned. She'll be right on the stage right after this short intro. Let's go. All right, Desiree. How you doing today? Welcome to the Content Creators University. How are you?
I'm good. I feel like I need to go update my LinkedIn profile to be like Professor Desiree after this.
There we go. Yeah, exactly. That's who you are for us today, right? Today, we're students, ready, excited to really learn from your expertise, your story, your background. And this thing that we care about, right, is the creator economy dying. This is a conversation that's going around, and there's nobody better than you to really address it, because that's what you do. But of course, the folks that are listening are like, JP, slow down. Of course, I'm going to do that. Desiree, for the folks that are discovering for the first time, please let them know what's not in the bio and why I feel you're so amazing. Take it away.
Oh man, like what's not in the bio? So we talked a lot about like what my professional qualifications are, but personally, like I'm not only my mom and wife and like a pet enthusiast, like I am a massive nerd. I'm Team Slytherin. I play video games. I play D&D. Like my husband and I had a Mario Kart themed wedding. Like
Oh, snap.
our best nerd life. But we're really fortunate to like choose like adventure as like the main theme of our family. And like next week my son turns 10 and we're going as a family to Japan for a trip, and we're gonna take him on his Pokemon,
Nice.
right? Because you gotta he's been like a huge Pokemon fan like since he's like 3, and so it's just like lots of fun silly things like that.
Love it. Love it. And that's so perfect for your personality. Folks, if you don't know her, you got to look her up, go on YouTube, check her out, and you'll understand what we're talking about. And that is so awesome. And it just works, right? It works with who you are. So now talking about fun stuff, we have our first fun question for you, Desiree, is if you were a superhero, hopefully you like superheroes, right? Who will that superhero be and why?
Well, I mean, I already feel like I'm a superhero because I am super mom. But if I had to like
Oh, yeah.
top superheroes for so long, it's
Hmm.
Hawk Girl. I love like her power, her strength, her dedication to like her mission, her struggle through like supporting her planet versus like her new home and
Hmm.
relationships and like she's everything. I like she's my favorite superhero, like hands down.
Wow. Wow. This is the first time that anybody mentions that in the show, and that is really, really amazing, right? Thank you
She
for that.
flies. She has a mace. Has a temper. She's respected. She's everything. So look at
Love
that
it.
thing.
Love it.
Like the just like that's the one.
Yep. Well, now let's flip the script, right? Let's go a little serious here. If you were to go back in time, right? If you had the opportunity to go back and meet yourself, your 20-year-old self, for example, what would be one major piece of advice you give her, knowing everything you know today, right? And why would you give that advice?
It's so hard because there's so many things I want to tell myself. Like so many things. Like dump the loser, stop going to college, stop caring what people think about you. Like it's really hard to pinpoint it, but I think that the biggest piece of advice I would give to myself is you don't have to follow someone else's script. I like so
Mm,
many other millennials. Like I'm 38, I turned 39 this year. Um we were raised with this dynamic of like you have to go to grade, you have to get good grades, you have to go to
mhm,
college, you have to go get a job, you have to go live your best white picket 2.5 kid life.
mhm.
And it just every step of the way that has never happened. It's continuing to be a massive problem. Like we're dealing with this all very culturally right now. But it would be don't listen to the script because if I had just trusted myself and done the things I had wanted to do versus like what I had been programmed
Mhm.
and different, then I wouldn't have all that I have today, like my creator economy business, my family, my
Right,
house, like
right.
all of the things that make life fun.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's true, right? It's amazing how when you look back in life, you realize that something that used to be a big deal for us, right? That's something that was like a mountain that we felt like we just had to do in order to be quote unquote successful in society happens to be not always the way to go. And it's just about really embracing who you are and what you love and doing it well.
Yeah,
And as long as you do that, you will be successful in everything.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, love that. So now your your amazing bio tells us that you are a creator economy strategist. First, I want to ask you, what does that even mean? And second, why that field? Did you choose it or did it choose you? Tell us a little bit about your why.
My journey to this creator economy strategist path has been super like when I talk about it, it's long and deep and all these things, but it's been a very like natural path and progression for me based on who I am. Like I got started in social media back in
Hmm.
2009. Like, I would make like MySpace pages for companies. Like I was a social media marketer before being a social media marketer was actually a job. And it just became this natural flow of like things going when you're in something like social, especially such a entry level place.
Hmm.
Like we've been through so much. There's been so many changes, so many apps have come and gone and died and changed and been bought out and name changed and all of these different things. And so, I've been a part of all of that journey and gone along with for the ride. And becoming a creator was I think the natural evolution from being a social media manager and marketer because I got into it because I needed a way to get leads like to my services. So I have an agency that I own that does online marketing for small businesses,
Okay.
and we put military spouses to work as social media marketers. That way, they can work anywhere they're stationed around the world, managing all the marketing things that businesses and brands need. But a
Mm-hmm.
year into my business, my husband came home because we were in the Air Force at the time, and he said, "Hey, we're moving to South Korea." And I was like, "Cool. Like, how am I supposed to keep growing this business?" And that's when I found YouTube. So in August of
Mm.
2017. I participated in Veda vlog every day in August, and I uploaded a video every day that month just to like figure out how it worked, what I
Mm-hmm.
should do, what it looked like. I made a ton of terrible videos, a ton. Oh my gosh, your girl was a hot mess, right? But I got better. I figured it out. I started having that magical thing happen. Like people were commenting and subscribing and get on my email
Mm-hmm.
list and asking me to do the work for them. And so I was like, this is obviously a thing. And so I wanted to learn and know more. So in like 2018, when I was like, okay, this YouTube thing is here to stay and I really like it and I want to do more. And I wanted to learn more from women very specifically because and I will stand by this is a hill I will die on. Women creators create differently than male creators
Mm-hmm.
because we just deal with different issues, different things. We also like our moms and all of
Right,
those
right.
things that go into it's just different. And there's nothing wrong with being different, but I wanted to learn from other women so they could understand like my struggles or my limitations, but I could not
Mm-hmm.
find them. And I was like, there has to be women educators out there. And I just couldn't find them. And so I was like, I need to figure this out. And like, why aren't we highlighting and doing more for women? So naturally I was like, okay, I got to figure this out. And I decided to start Women of Video, which is a podcast I've been doing since October 2019, where we talk to women about their creator journeys and like how they got started, how they have failed, how they have succeeded, and
Mm-hmm.
other women can then learn from that journey. And it just put me on this path. Like me just wanting to have someone to talk to led me to like sponsorships and speaking gigs and syndication opportunities and affiliate marketing and all of these incredible things that I didn't even know existed because I'm like I'm just this marketer in this agency and this is this one way I make income and it's just blown up into all of these things. And in the era that we're in 2024, when we're looking at like what is the state of social media, not
Mm-hmm.
content creation, where social media exists, is it's a part of a marketing strategy. Like you cannot be successful with just doing things on social media. You have to have these other things that allow for it to work, or you will die. And so the
Mm-hmm.
evolution of this for me has been I'm not just this social media marketer. I'm this person that understands this industry and understands how to build strategies around it, how to connect and the network that I have and all of these things I've just done over the years from networking, speaking, talking to people, all this stuff. And so it just seemed like a natural fit as so much in my social media space had changed to evolve into this creator economy strategist space. So when I define myself as a creator economy strategist, my purpose as a creator economy strategist is to help creators and brands navigate the creator economy so they
Mm-hmm.
can make money. Like that is my objective. Like what is the line to help get these creators and brands to a profitable finish line? And a lot of them don't know how to do that. And I know that because I have talked to hundreds and hundreds of creators and brands that just don't get it.
Right, right. I love your perspective to it, right? You're more of a thinker in your strategy where you look at the overall picture based on what you just shared before you dive into something versus there's a lot of creators that would just see a new tool or a new solution and just dive all in because it's great, right? It's good to be excited about something, but at the same time, that may not be the best tool for you, right? And you just mentioned, for example, you know,
You are the biggest bunch of squirrels ever. Like shiny, shiny. Like the chasing of things that we do is just insane to me. When we forget about like foundational things that
Mhm,
go into stuff because we get hooked on these things of like the attention economy rather than like what is sustainable. And I think that
hmm,
like the biggest, most obvious example of that comes from TikTok, right? TikTok was this big shiny thing and it was so easy to get attention and grow audiences and everyone was like jumping ship from what they were doing to go over and do that, just to then realize that like, oh, this doesn't pay very well. The audiences are good, but they're not like action oriented or, you know, about to like help with conversions of things. Oh, tools. We're going to make our own features with reels
Right,
and
right.
shorts. And then they still haven't figured out how to make it their own unique way of doing it. And so that's affects other things. Like it's all this stuff. Like literally both brands and creators got distracted with this shiny thing when they forgot the foundational thing, which is like, what do I need to do to build a long-standing, sustainable brand as a creator? And it doesn't always mean jumping ship. It's like, okay, who is my audience? Where are they
Hmm.
spending time? What value can I give to them? Are they even over there? Are they not over here? Like, and like, don't hate me for this one, but like, Facebook still has a relevant existence in this world. Like Facebook is, if you want to talk to people over 40, 35, like
Hmm.
everyone is over there still, because that's like where we've all built relationships, where all of our families are. We've just been there for so long. We're just not ready to cut that cord and give up on what it can do. And I think that Facebook is like reevaluating what their expertise in and what they're, you know, good at. And also, like, you cannot deny the like Meta Business Suite, especially for advertising. It's incredibly powerful.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like,
Hmm.
so like you can't ignore that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of new opportunities on other platforms like Instagram, TikTok. I think each platform has its own success based on who you're trying to talk to, but every single creator and every single brand, every single business needs to have a long form strategy of some kind. You need to create some form of long form strategy as a part of whatever you're doing in order to have a foundation for online marketing. Like you just have to, because it's the only way for you to grow and get attention long term.
You said it. I mean, family is amazing that I'm not the only one that talks about these things the way I talk about it, right? And before I said the next thing, I want to give a shout out to the folks that are joining us here. Lenita Hosting, what's good? Thanks for being with us here. She's giving a shout out to you, Desiree. We appreciate you being here. She said, "Yep, I'm guilty of that, diving in without strategy." And there's nothing wrong, right? Because as creators, we just get excited. And then after that, after the excitement passes, we realize, I need to make money with this thing, right? I need a strategy. Was that
It's
the
okay
best
to play.
decision?
It is
Right.
okay to play. This is why we go to like tasting parties. This is why we like a good charcuterie board. This is why we like a theme, right? To see if we like something and like dive into it. And then you have to ask the question like, okay, now that I like have seen how this works,
Mm-hmm.
I've played with like creating some stuff on it. I might have some people on here. It's really about asking yourself the question like, okay, is this going to add value to my audience?
Mm-hmm.
Can I give attention to this so that it can actually be effective? And three, is this going, and then what are the income producing activities I can attach to them? Like, it's okay to play. It's okay to test. It's not okay to like abandon all of the things that are working for you or that you're doing or that you're building and working on just to go play because everybody else is over there playing. Like it doesn't make it sense. It's distracting. And that is not
Right.
being distracted is not a very good income producing activity.
Right. Well, Desiree, this is so good. We have a first question for you, right? And so Lenita's saying, and I'm reading, what are some of the foundational things to consider in a marketing strategy, according to your expertise?
Okay. Oh man. So I have what I believe to be like a formula for success. It's like a flow chart for success, if I'm honest with it. So if I known this question was coming, I have a whole visual for this. So if we wanted to like, so Lenita, right, grab a piece of paper or a pencil or like something that you can sketch on real quick. And we're going to start at the top and we're going to work our way down.
Let's
So
go.
at the very top, it's going to be long form content. Now, this is either going to be a podcast, video, or audio. I encourage you to do video because it is both. A YouTube channel where we're having long form conversations with our audience, or if you are just like, I can't, the idea of being on video or people hearing my voice just adds 10,000 layers of anxiety to me. It also can be a block. I will forgive that only to a certain extent, but that's an option for you as well. But you need to have some form of long form content that you are creating for too. This long form content is your foundation content. These are the pieces of content that allow for you to solve the problems your audience has in a really
Mm-hmm.
effective, connecting kind of way. And if you're doing it, especially from a business perspective, like the best way to start is like, what are the questions you're asked all the time? And how do you turn them into more pieces of content? They can be very simple. It can be like for my industry, it can be things like, what social network do I need to be on? For you, it might be like, is live streaming right for me?
Mm-hmm.
um, what is a content creator? Like you can answer these questions very simply. Obviously, we want to add a little more spice and flavor to it so it's more attention grabbing, but like that's our foundational content. And then what we're going to do is splinter our flow chart down into 2 parts. Okay. So in our 2 parts, we're going to have our social, our content creations part. And then over here, we're going to have our SEO and other marketing part. So when we talk about other marketing part, this is where we can do things for our website. So our content can be hosted on our website so that it
Mm-hmm.
can maximize its reach. So we're talking about like blogs, show notes for like a podcast, those things that you can kind of keep using again over and over again. That's why having an SEO strategy that you attach to your content is really helpful. Like the title that you might put on the podcast or YouTube can be totally different from like a blog post on your website. So it can help with reach and search. It's totally fine. I highly encourage you to do it. But you want to put that content on your website. Next, you want to use that content as a base for email marketing. Like this is where you're going to connect with your list of people. And
Mm-hmm.
your long form content is going to help funnel that lead to you. And you're going to talk to people every week with your new content that you're creating. Whether you create monthly, bi-monthly, or weekly, you just need to commit to that schedule when you're creating at the top. And then that's how like you distribute your email content down. And then the third part of this, and this is the sleeper part that so many people forget about, which is Pinterest. Pinterest is a really fantastic way for you to continue to have longevity with your content because you just create pins. You can do this very easily with like for free tools like Adobe Express, which is my favorite content creation tool. And you can just backlink to your podcast, to your YouTube channel, to your blog posts so that you're continuing to get that attention. So then we go over here to this side to our social strategy. Then we're going to be talking about like how can I take that long form piece of content and turn it into lots of other content pieces to fill our calendar. So this is where we're going to take clips. So like I know 100% that like JP is going to take my power statements, my good catchy lines, my like answers to questions and turn them into clips for social. He's
Mm-hmm.
also going to probably repurpose them into vertical videos that we'll share to like Instagram, maybe TikTok, that kind of thing, and those those horizontal videos, and to repurpose it. Another way to repurpose your content is to make carousel posts. So like on Instagram, those sliding graphics, you can also do that on TikTok as well. You can share an album on Facebook, but it's like where you are teaching them. So all these steps I'm giving you will be a fantastic carousel post to like make each one. Like ultimate formula for online content marketing could be like the first tag and you just go through the slides. You also can do individual posts as well to promote something. So you have all these little content pieces that you can get from it. And then you're able to use those continuously for your strategy. Like what we talked about today in this video, he could keep using this in 4, 6, 12 months. Maybe he needs to go on a holiday. Maybe something tragic happens in his house and he has a month off where he doesn't do. He can use all of this content all over again in his strategy to revitalize it, put it back a lot, give it life again, or just give him the opportunity for a break, or just keep resharing it. I was on this podcast that it's a manly Pinterest ideas did. I did this interview like 4 years ago. I still get tagged in clips probably every like 4 to 6 months about like something I said that he created all
Wow.
that time ago and he keeps reusing it. Like so you can keep using that content. And then you also have content for like advertising as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just do so much with those pieces. Again, you can repurpose them to Pinterest. Please like repurpose your content, put it on all the places because it's something you've already made, taking the time to do, put it where you want to spend time. But then within that, you also need to understand if you've committed to another social platform, you have to add unique value as well. So repurposing your content is fantastic for like blanketing something that like you're promoting like a show or long form content, but you have to add unique value to that content as well. So let's say you repurpose of your long form video into 3 pieces of content that you share on social and stuff. You need to have at least 2 other days of like unique content that you're talking about or sharing or engaging with to like add that unique extra value onto that platform specifically. So like who I am on YouTube is this version, and then who I am on like LinkedIn is this like same more professional version, and who I am on Instagram is this more fun, silly, nerdy version. And so like people can experience different parts of you. That way they have a reason to follow you on those places to get a different flavor of you. Like my favorite example of this is my friend Jessica Stansberry. She is a queen of this. She has a fantastic YouTube channel teaching you how to build a business that you love so that you can control your life and things, that lots of like YouTube and digital product focus. But like her Instagram channel, while she talks about it and stuff, she will talk about like ridiculous things that happen when you live in a small town. She's doing like a daily series right now where she's learning how to roller skate. She talks about her boys who are like avid sports things, and so she'll be posting things that happen. Her husband, they have a farm that she lives on, and she's like, I don't do farm stuff. I do tech and YouTube work, and he's over there birthing cows and stuff. Like it's this crazy life, but none of that happens on YouTube. Like she's like, go to my Instagram to follow along on my crazy ass journey, right? And so it's just like that kind of thing. So that's my like 5-minute like strategy for you. I think that one thing that is missing within this and that you can ask yourself is like the next step in a good online strategy is, what does an advertising strategy look like for me? What is my too good to be free offer that's allowed for people to get onto my email list so I can control my audience? And 3, what are the other ways for me to market my brand or business? Like, what are the things I can do that have nothing to do even with internet? Like, what can you do to can you be on a podcast? Can you go speak at events? Can you go networking at events? I have built a massive part of my business by going to conferences and talking to people. So like those are the other things you can do if like you're a regular business, like if you're a small town or whatever. Like, what does joining a chamber look like? What does local networking look like?
Correct.
There's a lot, like, so what are the other things that you can do that make sense for your business? I think that these are things, like if we're going back into our theme of like, is the creator economy dying? I don't think the creator economy is dying a little bit. I think that people are struggling with how it's changing, which is causing them to quit. I think that like it's a very big thing. And if you have a strategy, kind of like what I outlined for you, which is like an effective way to market a brand or a business, which is what you should always consider yourself as a creator, it helps you get further.
Man, family, I hope you guys are taking note. You guys spoke the bear.
I'm just
you
doing
poked the bear. She's amazing.
I need like a whiteboard.
She is amazing. And Lenita said that she loves that language. And we also got other folks like James Hicks. Let me put that comment back onto the screen. And James Hicks is like, yo, Desiree Martinez, one of the pioneers out here in the creator ecosystem. He said, I love seeing her on here, JP. Hey, thank you for being here. And Desiree, thank you for being here. It's just amazing. You know your stuff, right? And you just broke down a formula that, you know, seems
like
daunting to some folks.
How I display it when I go to places, it's a flow chart. Like it's kind
and that
of
makes
like
it easy to follow. Honestly, it makes it easy to follow.
It's the science of it. Like there's little extra things that you can do. Like that's if like you creating for one place. Okay, what do you do if you're creating for another? Like we have other parts of things that we do for we have secondary place we're creating, like that kind of thing. There's a whole situation in place, like if you have a team and like how a team can maximize your reach. Like there's levels to this, but that I truly think is like a foundational thing that people can do. And the thing about creators is they get this like constipated thinking that comes into place where they think, no, my job is just to create really fantastic content that people want to watch on YouTube so that I can become the next Mr. Beast, or I can become the next Logan Paul, or the next whatever the guru leader person is in like their niche or industry that they want to be like. And it's like, my friend, no, you cannot compare their day 1000 to your day 5. Like you are not there yet. And on top of it, what they have done you cannot replicate again because they're so far ahead. Like they led the space. So you need to understand they're the exception for the most part, not the rule.
Mm-hmm.
What you need to build is a business. I have, since day one of being on YouTube, day one, I had an 18-month-old I was breastfeeding. I had a 3-year-old boy. We just moved to a new country. My husband was in the early stages of PTSD development. And I had to like throw them into childcare in a foreign country where the the people that watched them couldn't speak my kid's language. And it was
Wow.
a Korean daycare. And I was like, I have I was like 7 hours every day to build a business. And YouTube is going to be how I get leads to it. And that's what I did. I built a business that YouTube supported. My content strategy supported. It was not, I'm going to create on this platform and magically money is just going to throw itself out of the screen at me.
Mm.
That never has been in my cards. Y'all, if you go to my YouTube channel and if you listen to my podcast, I don't have millions of downloads on my podcast. I don't even have 40,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I'm averaging right now because my YouTube channel has this like, I don't know what happened to it. I'm working to revitalize it. I'm getting like 30,000 views a month on my channel. I'm getting like 140 subscribers a month. I make well into into 6-figure income from what I do because I have built a business that being a content creator supports. Not I'm this content creator that's just trying to figure out how to build a business around it. And I think that that's
Hold
the
on.
biggest thing
Hold on,
that
Desiree. I want you to repeat that again. Repeat. How are you actually making money? What's the one thing that's allowing you to make money? Repeat that one more time for our audience.
I am a business owner that allows for my content creation to support my business. I am not a content creator trying to figure out how to make money from it.
Yo, family, this is what we've been preaching for years. It's amazing. Somebody that gets it, confirmation. And Lenita said that you're very thorough, right?
I'm a mom. I'm a military spouse. Like I said, my husband's PTSD. I have an autistic kid. My other child is ADHD. I have like a house full of animals and people I take care of. And it's my financial responsibility to help us build our dream. And I'm the financial arm of that. And I'm like, there are people out there that do way better than me, but this is how I do it. This is how I teach other people to do it as well. And it's what really does work. It's what's really effective. And I have my P&L statement that proves that works.
It works, family. It works. Just follow the blueprint. Shout out to Tasha Delk in the house. I appreciate you joining us all the way from Facebook. That's pretty cool. Okay, Desiree, I got folks on Amazon. First of all, wondering if you were on Amazon, right? As a creator. Yeah, follow her.
Do we need to talk income streams? We can do that. Okay,
Yeah.
if you do not want to die in the creator economy, you need to make sure that the number one rule is diversify your income. If you have one income stream, you have a job. And we are not in this to have a job corporate life that we are building for ourselves, okay? We are in this to build a life that we want and the parameters and the way that we want. So like we can work a 16-hour one day and then just, don't do anything the next. It's to be able to go take a 2-week family vacation to Japan and then turn around the next day you come back and go networking at events, right? Just literally my life. So when we're talking about income streams and being a creator, like there's a lot of different ways that you need to pull your income from things. Does AdSense count? To an extent, like you can use AdSense. I always try to look at AdSense and creator fund income as like bonus money. It's something that you should count on or that's consistent, but something that you can do. So that's income stream number one. I'm going to go over the big three. The second of the big three is affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is a great way for you to start out on your journey for making income because it's easy. It's a easy way for you to measure success and like prove yourself as a creator. And also like the long-term income streams from that are really great. Some of the affiliates that I'm with, I've had for years and they have been able to be profitable for me. That helps add to my my statements for like where my income comes from. The third one is in sponsorships. So and affiliate marketing helps support sponsorships in a really great way, because you can be able to say, hey, sponsor I want to work with, I have
Mm-hmm.
sold this much of this thing on a monthly basis, and I want to help you do that. It's going to cost, and this is my fee, right, to take care of that. Sponsorship should be strategic. Sponsorships, you can start off if you're new, one at a time, but the ultimate goal being to have a couple of sponsors that you just maintain long-term relationships with. I
Right.
have I have fantastic partnerships that I have built with brands because I believe in their product, and I built relationships with them, which evolved into, they're not like a sponsor, they're a partner of mine. Like, there's a very big
Mm-hmm.
difference I feel between sponsorships and partnerships. Sponsorships is, hey, I'm going to give you money and I want you to do this like ad read, and I want you to show up for a month on your channel. Like, I've done those. Those aren't bad, but those are, part of it, but those aren't as lucrative or as longevity as like having partnerships are. Because if you can build 6 to 12 month partnerships with brands where they're just continuing to give you money and you being their brand advocate, and it's more than just them giving money and like you transactionally creating content, you can go to events for them. You show up and say, like, one of my sponsors is StreamYard, right? Not to
Mm-hmm.
this on what we're using here, but StreamYard and I have worked together for 5 years, and they show up on my stuff all the time. They're literally in my background. Like, I've gone to events with them, helped them test things. I show up on their YouTube channel. Like, we have done a ton of stuff together to help with their brand and help with me. And like, that's how that long-term relationship works. So those are the big three. Those are the big three the vast majority of content creators know about. And I don't think that they're worth mentioning, but they don't have to be huge. And sponsorships can truly be incredibly lucrative relationships. It's just you kind of run into the trap of always chasing them or them going away.
Right.
So
And one thing that's so important in this whole thing is consistency. I mean, how consistent you are in your relationships, because I mean, people are also looking at the trust factor, right? They'll take a time to really look at you for a while before deciding to maybe book you for something, or hire you for that gig, or inviting you to speak and paying you for something specific. And so the longer you can show that, hey, I am consistent regardless of what you may see or what you may consider success is, and that builds the trust. And that, like you said, right, using that long form content to establish our expertise. Because I mean, how much can you say in 60 seconds? You can try, but you really don't have enough time to really keep people and break it down and really have a meaningful conversation like we want to do it. So here's the thing. There's a lot of creators, right, Desiree, in my private community that are wondering, truly, I know you said that is not dead, right? The economy is not dead, but they're like, okay, there's so many tools that some creators believe are taken away from their jobs. I know you've heard this too, right? And I want to see, what can you tell people, those creators that are like, yo, this is stealing from us? What can they do, or how can they navigate this? What would be your expert advice to them?
I have a facial expression for this, and it's, ugh. Like, you guys have got to stop. Okay, here's the thing. I love AI. It is a fantastic way to allow for you to do more quicker. All right. Like, and so a great example of this is I use ChatGPT. I have paid ChatGPT and I use it to brainstorm with. I literally am working in my basement. Like, I am like in like the unfinished part of my basement where I have my studio and I have to brainstorm and figure things out. And so when I'm working through my outlines, it gives me a great way to have a quote unquote someone to talk to. And
Mm-hmm.
and help me organize my thoughts. Like, I was working through a video that I'm doing for a partner where I was talking about like I'm basically talking about like what is the state of vlogging, like from an editing and like distribution, like how does it work right now? And I was like, I know, like I'm like, I kind of want to talk about this, and like this is important information, but and then what do you think should go? Like, what else am I missing from my outline for this? And it gave me a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
ideas. And I read through like, oh, I like this part. This makes me think of this quote from this podcast I listened to. This is really great. And then I put it in there, and they responded back, oh, this is really great. You know what you could do is talk about this. So it gives me a way to brainstorm out what I'm doing, like in a way that I can't do on my own. So it's really helpful. But there's also really great extensions that are available to help make your work as better as well. Like, so it's this really great extension I use to help me with like my titles. I titles are so important, and I live in a really weird place with titles because I'm so like search focused from my history of doing things. And so like trying to find that perfect bridge of like being searchable but being like home feed worthy is like this weird dance for me. And so I have an extension. It was actually created by Phil, who was the founder of TubeBuddy.
Yeah, I
And
know
so
Phil.
he created this extension called Creative Fuel that
Mhm.
allows for you to like use a title genius. It has like a thumbnail wizard, it has an idea studio. And so like I use it to work through my title stuff. So like when I do podcasts, like so I have a podcast I host for another brand called The Funded YouTuber. I take the transcript from that podcast and I put it into that chat, that the Creative Fuel extension, because that's an option. Like help me build a title based off my transcript. I give it parameters, keyword searches, like what the focus is, and it helps me come up with titles that I can then rejigger and narrow down and make something more human and readable. AI supports what we're doing. It helps us with what we're trying to do.
Mhm.
It can't replace you because you're a human that talks to humans.
Oh,
And so
listen,
if you're
family,
a human
listen.
that talks to humans, AI will never replace you. You as a human need to be able to use AI to help you and support you, not look at it like the enemy. There are
And I
people
think
that
that's
are,
what the problem is, right? Isn't that what the problem is? Because I believe that's what the problem is, where some people are just not sure how to incorporate this new tool into their processes. And so instantly there's this love hate relationship. They're like, I don't think this is the greatest thing.
it can never replace creative. Like I watched this fantastic video. I'm still watching it. It's with Dan Mace. Dan Mace is like the like director of like amazing YouTube videos. He works for Jimmy Donaldson, Mr. Beast, Beast Philanthropy, and he's doing this. It's almost a 3-hour video. That's like everything that goes into making a Mr. Beast video based on what his experience is. And also, it's a fantastic masterclass on like creating great videos. And he says, don't do ChatGPT, don't use it. Like I hate it. He's an artist. Artists hate AI.
Hmm.
And I think that comes into the, like, those are the people that are YouTubers trying to figure out how to make money fly at them out of the screen. I think that it can't replace being creative, but it can help you work through an idea. It can help you summarize things. If like you're not great at writing and you just want to try to like pull all of your ideas into a cohesive thought, it can be really helpful for you, but you still have to add a human element to it. Because if you
Right, right.
don't humanize it, then it's not going to be creative content. It's going to be robot content. And I think that's the thing people hate about it. And I think the other thing that people don't like about it is it's another thing they have to learn and figure out.
That's the thing, right? The
And
new learning curve, right?
hard. It's hard. Like I was like, ugh, another thing I have to learn. But I had to figure out how to like give myself time and space to learn it at my pace in a way that could help and support what I was doing. And I think the
And that's
thing that
technology,
people,
right?
yeah,
That's just
and I've
technology.
been in this for 15 years. Like I have watched social media become complicated and hard work. Like it didn't always used to
Hmm.
be this way. And so it's just kind of one of those things. It's like it's just part of I think the programming of people in tech space, which is probably why they get burnt out. Like it's a lot coming
Right.
at you, changing all of the time. And so it can be exhausting and hard, but I think it's still necessary. But AI, if we're talking again about like income streams and ways to like allow for it to like fuel your income,
Right.
man, AI can allow for you to have opportunities like you didn't think possible. So for example, one of the brands I work with that I really do love is called Adobe. Adobe or Adobe, however you want to say it, is a Korean company that allows for you to use their AI tools. It's an AI tool where you can upload your existing content, English speaking content, into their tool, and you're able to use AI, and AI then generates closed captions for you, updates your thumbnail, all that stuff, so that you can port your content over to Chinese social networks.
Wow.
Okay, so could you imagine taking all the content
Wow.
you already make and exposing what you have to offer to a whole new audience, making you a global brand? And then what's great about Adobe is they also have these other things that make it a nice perk. Like, because you're working through them, you qualify for the creator funds of those social networks from video number one, versus having to go through like the 1,000 hours of watch hours and or whatever it is, like for YouTube or other creator funds. You qualify for that immediately. So you're also getting sponsorship. It increases your sponsorship opportunities because there are so many Chinese and American brands that want to expand into each other's markets, and they need people to channel that. And that can be you as someone who's showing up in both places. And the thing that's, we don't have access to their social medias and they don't have access to ours. So it allows for you to have this amazing opportunity. And it's because of AI, you can now build a global brand just by using an AI tool to expand where your reach is. So
Love
that's
it.
not limiting. That's not taking your job. That's literally multiplying your presence and your income.
It's the best. For me, I look at it like the best virtual
Yeah.
assistant that you cannot hire, because what it does for you, don't do it as well. And I want to give a shout out to Rashawn. What's good, Rashawn? Thanks for being here. You said so good stuff being said in this conversation. The note taker is going crazy right now. I love it that you guys are taking note. And I have First Lady Cree in the chat said, hey guys, hey to you as well. We have a lot of folks on Amazon Live is saying they love this conversation. Bisha. And this is just
I love Amazon. Like it's hurt me lately. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but in 2022, when I was like, what am I gonna do with my life? The Amazon influencer program gave me $50,000 to like
there you
fuel
go.
my life for a year. Like, I was making, before they completely changed everything and messed it up, I was making like $5,000 a month. That's a salary from the reporting stuff I just have on Amazon all the time. I'm making probably now somewhere in the vicinity of like 500 to $1,000 a month and I don't do anything because I did all that upfront work. But I love the Amazon program. I think it's great. I just think that they messed it up for the influencers by being greedy. That's just me. But like, you can take all of that stuff that you're doing with Amazon and you can build your presence on other places as well, especially if you're using live. And you can also take the content that you create and you can put it on TikTok and Instagram for like shopping videos and so much more. So like, there's a lot of brand. Oh my God. And Pinterest, again, Pinterest, use freaking Pinterest if you're making shopping videos, because like the buying power on Pinterest is insane. So, yeah.
Listen, folks, I can't believe it. We've gone to the end of our conversation. She's a wealth, I repeat, a wealth of knowledge. I mean, she can give you a whole year worth of strategy and you wouldn't have time to execute all of them. And here's the thing. One advice before I ask you this very last question, Desiree, one advice I'll give you guys, folks, is understand that you may be a creator, but not an expert in business strategy. And we need people like her to help us, set a strategy in place, right? Understand the why behind the things we're doing. And here's the thing. Build that the right way. Shout out to you, John Beville from Facebook. He said, that was great. Thank you. Now, Desiree,
Yes.
if there's one thing you say to somebody that feels discouraged right now, what will be that one advice for them to keep going? Because I know it has not always been good for you. You had to really pull yourself up through, burnout and all of that. How did you keep going? So what will be your advice to them so they can keep going without stopping?
I have a saying that I say all the time, and it's called start, suck, get better. You are not supposed to be good at everything. You're not supposed to know everything. And the only way to figure out something is you have to start. And you have to gloriously suck at it. Like, that's just how it works. The first time you've done anything, you've sucked at it. Because that's just how being a human works. And there's something about getting older that makes us forget that you're supposed to kind of fall and dust yourself off and pick yourself back up and figure out how to do it. But that's the only thing it's the only way you can get better. So remember, you're not supposed to know everything, and it's okay not to. However, you just have to start. You have to suck, and then you can get better.
Oh my God, this is so good. We can't let you go without you telling the folks how they can connect with you. For the folks that want to work with you, what do you have, and things like that. Those that want to network with you, what are the places and spaces you spend some of your best times and all that. I know, before you say anything, she's on YouTube, family. Go to YouTube. Absolutely. You got to go find her on YouTube. That's the one thing I will tell you. But go ahead, Desiree, let us know.
What's actually really funny is that my YouTube channel exists for a totally separate purpose than this. My YouTube channel is to help people make social media and online marketing easy for them. So if you're looking for like ways to use YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, like the marketing of things, like definitely go there. But this is where it is. You want to go to my LinkedIn. LinkedIn is where I connect and grow, talk with creators, share things like to help you. It's where you can connect with me. I'm in the DMs all the time with people. Like that is my preferred home online. So that's where I'd love to connect. And you can find me, but you can't find me everywhere on the interwebs at Mrs. Desiree Rose.
There it is, at Mrs. Desiree Rose, and look in the show notes as well. You'll be able to see that so you can connect with her easy. We made that easy for you. Hey, Desiree, I want to thank you.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I want to thank you again. I want to thank you again for all of the strategies and all the stuff. This was a masterclass. And I know all the folks are excited. Look at that. You got Tasha saying this was a great conversation. Everybody's saying great conversation. I mean, people loved it, and I knew you were the right person for this conversation, and you just motivated really a lot of folks here, even me included. Thank you for what you're doing. Don't go anywhere. Please wait backstage as I close here again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Remember, everyone out there, you are impossibly amazing and you're capable of amazing things. I can't wait to see you elsewhere online.
All right. Family, this is it. All right. This is what we do here every single week. If you appreciate it, make sure to, follow us, subscribe. One thing I'll tell you is hop on YouTube. The handle is at JP High Tech, JPHIGHTEK. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's grow together. This platform is all about allowing you to build the business side of creating content. And one thing that I want to tell you, do not forget, family, do not forget that we have our own private community, right? Go ahead. Make sure that you go and visit this website, contentcreatorsuniversity.com. Create a free account, join the private community today. Let's grow together and let's make sure we're mastering the business side and we're really monetizing in a very, very smart way. All right. I want to see you guys next time. Be safe. Like I always say, my name is JP. Peace. Bye, family. See you next time.